Question number 14. The role played by Anuse. Anuse is Chief Nchindia's uncle, and the man in whose house Anthony had been welcomed by the Biongong community upon his arrival from the white man's country. Anuse is accused of having a hand in Anthony's death. He had received a letter from the Minister of Finance addressed to Anthony with a huge amount of money. He had taken the letter to a friend with very poor knowledge of French who had erroneously told him that the amount is compensation to Anthony for wrongful dismissal from his place of work. His letter spotted at the treasury later in the evening when he is told that the document is a declaration of tax returns and Anthony dies that same night. Anthony spends his last days at Anuse's house in a very miserable state. He is maltreated, he is abandoned and neglected. When he dies, Anuse is one of those who bury him in a forest and in an unmarked grave like a common criminal or a commoner. Chief Nchindia rebukes him for such a shameful burial given to his nephew, who was a prince and the first graduate of the Biongong tribe. Anuse bears her grudge against Chief Nchindia and waits for the moment when he will get back to him and humiliate him. Therefore, the humiliation that he gives him in public when he comes to confront him in his office is just a return of what he had done to him. Anuse raises and educates Anyinke, making him to claim dowry rights. He refuses to hand over the dowry to Chief Nchindia as tradition demands, even though he receives letters from Achebefo to that effect. He refuses to attend to the chief's summon at his hotel room when he visits Likume. And when the chief confronts him at his office, he slaps the chief's hand in public and humiliates him in front of his office. When the chief decides to visit him in his home, he dresses Anyi, takes her behind the house, and dares to ask the chief that if he has the gut, he should come and touch the child. The chief is completely humiliated. He has no word to say. Remember that all this treatment that is given to the chief is because the chief has lost respect due to his intransigence and his lack of cooperation